Hey guys, it's Shani, and I'm back with another episode of Shani's Lab, and a few things. All right, so first of all, I feel a little weary because I didn't have my coffee this morning. Don't ask me why. And it's already noon, so I'm like, I should have been having my coffee. I got my mask because I don't have work until later, so I'm gonna give me some cheese fries, do what it is I do, and then, chill until time to go to work later. But I really wanted to come on here and talk about this overwhelming presence of missing black people. Like, you know how, they say a certain amount of people go missing every year no matter what. And specifically, I'm talking about black people. No matter what, a specific amount of black people go missing every year. And especially since the quarantine, that number has either doubled, probably even tripled, because there's a lot of cases of, black women and men, just going missing. And these are like really, really young people. Like, not to say that age should make a difference, but we're talking about these are really, really young people, like people that haven't even reached 25, As you all know, I'm 25. So I'm like, just think about not being able to reach 25 under the weird circumstances of you went missing. No, you haven't gone missing. Somebody knows what the fuck happened to you, where the fuck you are, where your body is, or where you happen to just be in general. But ain't no such thing as you just went missing. Somebody knows who the fuck you are. And I remember, think I lie, I have my apartment now, so I'm all good. But I remember I used to stay in hotels, and I used to have the same fear, and I would always be up real late at night watching Cold Case and all that kind of stuff. And it would always scare me. And don't ask me why I would watch the shit knowing that I'm already alone, but I would be scared. I'm like, damn. What if one day, somebody break the latch on your hotel room door, they come in, they just get you, and the hotel has no idea where you are because they didn't have security. Like, I'm not gonna say that they didn't, because I'm not gonna do the Hilton like that. I would say that the Hilton. I'm not gonna do the Hilton like that, but I never actually saw security like shit. You should just, people used to come in, come out, like they didn't really, like certain times of the day they would actually, do you have a room key, who you here to see? They would, call up, like, I remember one time my cousin came to see me, and they called up to make sure, that I was in the room and that she was coming and that, she had my permission to come up. So, but that was just hotel staff, probably protecting themselves. Like, I don't think they had like active security. So when you think about people, meeting up online, you got the Plenty of Fish and all these other websites, stuff like that, or just, social media, Facebook, Twitter, and you meeting people, you thinking, oh, okay, they're cool, I see other people knows them, they seem, to be legit, they seem to be regular, normal people. I mean, honestly, you just never know, like, you just never know. And I feel like because of the quarantine, because, people got tired of staying in, people got tired of not seeing people, people got tired of not doing what it is they normally do. It has doubled and tripled the number of missing black people. And I'm just like, every time you go on YouTube, there's another, there's another case, or, another going wrong, like for example, there was this girl, she wasn't even from here, she was from like Mexico, and she was coming up here for college, and her friends, they went to a club or dance club or whatever, they were dancing, apparently they were dancers, don't know if that's a fact or not, but they were dancing, we do know that they were dancing, and they got invited back to this hotel, to this apartment building, to dance, privately dance with some guys. And, they said at the bar, the guy, he was very friendly. He had a lot of money, he frequented there. So, he seemed, to be cool. Like, people didn't have a suspicion of him. And the building, that he invited them to, a lot of people, a lot of people live there. A lot of people are familiar with the building, However, there was a catch. Nobody really talked about this, or you didn't really find out until after. But you found out after that, the apartment complex has, this knack for people just disappearing. So that was like, like, so here you have this hotel where people just be disappearing. This apartment complex where people just disappearing, and nothing is being done by the state police, by, city officials, not even the city mayor. Like, why is this not being reported? But anyway, the friends drop her off. She goes into the building. They don't know which room she goes into. And when they come back, to either pick her up or go into the room with her. Now, they said they went to go get makeup. Now, I question this because if you went to go get makeup, and this was already after club hours, what do you need makeup for? Like, the night is done. It's probably about 2, 3, 4 a.m. at this point. Like, the night is done. Why would you need to refresh your makeup? And shouldn't you already have that on you? Like, I don't know no women that don't carry the toiletry bag with, the makeup kit. Like, fuck out of here. I got a lot of women in my family, a lot of sisters, a lot of aunts. Like, I just couldn't see it. So anyway, they get there and the girl is missing. They don't know, what apartment she went into. And what's strange is, like, people in the apartment complex are very helpful. They're like, no, we do remember seeing her standing outside. We do remember her, but we don't remember, like, what building she went into. They're like, we always check to see, who's coming in and out, but you don't want to just stare at people, or out them and they feel uncomfortable, so, they just let her be. But, there's no sign of her. There's no trace, no nothing. And the family is like, what the fuck, There was also one, with a young black boy. His body was just found in the river. In another case, another dead black body was found, on the streets. So I'm just like, people are just coming up dead and or missing, at an alarming rate, double than what we're used to. And not that we should be used to anything, but just think about that. And like I said, I'm glad I'm in my apartment now because we have like triple security. Like, first of all, you have to get through the main door, which has a code, and then our apartment door specifically has a code. And if you put the code in too much time, it'll set off the alarm in every apartment so that we know somebody down there is probably not supposed to be here. So I would just say, people definitely get your bear spray. Bear spray is better than mace or pepper spray. Bear spray will fuck up anybody in the 5 feet radius. With pepper spray or or anything else, you got to make sure you're actually near that person and like in direct eye contact with it. But if you get like bear spray, you can spray a motherfucker and you be good. Ladies, make sure you get your mace, your bear spray, all that kind of thing. Make sure you carry switchblades, pocket knives. Not anything ridiculous. Just a perfect little size. So that you can protect yourself while you walk in the streets. Men the same. Don't think just because you're a young man and you think you tough. That somebody can't got you too. You can also be got. Sometimes we don't pay attention. We have our headphones in, which we should not do while we're walking. And that's something that they have been talking about since headphones even came out. Like, even when we had those big cassettes headphones in the early 2000s, they've been telling people, because you remember people used to snatch Walkmans. Like, snatching stuff is not new. People used to snatch Walkmans, or sometimes they might snatch you, so you just don't know. Or you might get robbed for your iPhone, your jewelry. Like, I always make sure that I tuck my jewelry in, and I try not to wear my jewelry, late at night. I'm like, it's not that deep to look fly, past I'm gonna get you got your hours. Like, it's really just not that deep. But people, just make sure you're protecting yourself. That goes for all young black men and women. If you travel by yourself, try to find a travel buddy. Try to make your travel as safe as possible. Start documenting your trail. Always make posts of where you are to close family and friends. Like, never let no one not know where you are. Like, for example, because I was staying at the hotel, when I was staying at the hotel, my best friend, she has my location. She still does. We share location with each other. She needed to know if I was at work, if I was at the hotel, where I was walking, because there was this weird, creepy, I got over real late. I'm a cook. I work overnight, so it was like a real weird like pathway that led to the hotel that you had to walk at night, and that was always by myself. Like, there was no one else coming past the trail but me, and I would always be nervous, so I'd always call someone or document my walk on Snapchat, live, whatever the case may be. But I would just say, definitely protect yourself. Like, don't just be out here willy-nilly walking around like it's nothing. Definitely protect yourself. Always have some sort of weaponry. Keep your eyes out. Always walk with one headphone in. I know people, nobody wants to walk around not listening to anything, but keep one headphone in. Don't use two. Keep the volume at a normal level. But black men and women, especially young black men and women, just take care of yourself to protect yourself, because there's a lot of you going missing at an alarming rate. Like I said, double and triple. Like, you can look this up yourself. I'm not blowing gas. I'm not gaslighting. Like, the rate has tripled, and I'm sure it is tripled for other cultures, not only just minor but major cultures as well. Like, there's just ongoing weird energy around where people are just going missing or coming up dead, and it seems like the states aren't doing anything about it, and it's like, what are y'all doing? But anyway, this has been another episode of Shawnee's Lab. I'm really concerned, about these disappearances. I hope that other people are concerned too. We should, if you have any information, regarding someone going missing or a case where someone has gone missing, definitely talk, call your local police station. Let's just get, the word out, that something ain't right here.